All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time I'm streaming from work. Yes, it's dress down day, hence why I'm in a ghetto hoodie, unshaven and shit. So apologies because this camera's a bit too good. Um, Emery's gone. Emery has actually left the building. Emery was finally relieved of his duties. He's gone. I can't believe they actually did it in the end. And that might sound surprising because, of course, he should have gone. But it's this idea that he's actually gone that I'm just finding it almost a surprise to deal with. What do I actually think? Of course, it was needed, it was necessary. We all watched that game yesterday. And I think what was scary about that game is that um, all of us watched that game, we lost, and everyone kind of just had a, huh, sure, figures. Um, Now, what I'm going to say might sound like a bit of a surprise. I'm relieved more than anything. And big up to the 75 people watching. You all should be working, especially if you're in the UK. But please do slap a like down while you're watching this. But I must be honest, I'm not going to celebrate another man losing their job. I'm not going to do it. To me, it it was necessary, it was needed, um, and for me, I think there was only one choice, and we had to get rid of him. But I feel like there's some sort of bad energy when you celebrate another man losing their job. I don't care how well off that man is. I ain't trying to put that energy on me. Having said that, was this the right decision? Is that reason to be happy? The fact that not so much another man losing their job, but actually more about we can now move forward and be successful with a different manager. And it has to be the right appointment. It has to be the right appointment. And that's, I suppose, brings me to Freddie, because Freddie, as somebody's pointed out in the chat room already, doesn't have long in this position because all the rumors are circulating that we are looking for another manager, and potentially it could be um, what's his name? Allegri. It could be Allegri. Apparently Nuno is still first choice, but Allegri is the rumor going around Twitter at the moment that he is the person that we're circling and the one that we want. So it really depends. I mean, obviously, if we could get Nuno out of his contract at Wolves, then I guess we'll go for that. If not, I think it'll be interesting if Freddie suddenly turns up and we get a result in Norwich, because all of a sudden that asks a real question: is can we get it done? But and Gina PT says it best. Chig, I can't celebrate anyone losing their job, but I'm happy they've got him out of his misery. And you know what? 100% agree with that. 122 people watching, only 22 likes. Guys, do something about that. Slap a like on this video. I'm doing this in spite of working right now. I'm taking a 10-minute break just to speak to you guys. So please do stick a like on this video. Um, I'm happy. I'm happy that we're able to move on. Like I say, I am not happy that another man has lost their job. For me, I can't get on board with that. I feel like there's something real arse backwards about doing that, and I won't be doing that. But I think from you guys, I'm curious to see what you guys think in terms of how would you like to see us go forward. I mean, the argument, I guess, is between Nuno and Allegri. Who would you prefer to see come in? The Allegri deal, I guess, would be easier to make because we're not getting him out of the club. He's a big name. And I think the good thing about having a big name on there is someone like Aubameyang and Lacazette could be like, okay, I can see this club are ambitious and they're moving forward and they're trying to get a big name. The press are big fans of pushing this Poch agenda. I'll be honest with you. I'll be real disappointed if Poch comes in. Having said that, ultimately, if he makes a decision to manage our team, I'll support him. But you guys know how I feel. I'll be very, very disappointed if Poch comes in. Very disappointed. If Nuno comes in, whilst I understand the whole, the underwhelming factor and, that would be an underwhelming choice and this, that, and the other, for me, I'd be perfectly fine with it. I don't necessarily think he's a particularly defensive manager, but what I like about him is that he demands hard work from his teams. His teams on the whole are very well organized. I know that's not necessarily the best week to say that because they did lose like a 3-1 lead yesterday. But also, as I pointed out to Lee on the watch along yesterday, give Wolves a break. I think 2 years ago they were in the Championship. Cut them some slack. They're playing in Europe right now. Albeit second tier, it's still Europe. So I'd be perfectly fine with it. I've seen some bigger accounts talk about they don't want Nuno because it'd be an underwhelming choice. Underwhelming choice. I couldn't care less if it's a superstar character. All I care about is if it's the right appointment. To me, in my view, Arteta might be the best appointment in the world. But we don't have any tangible evidence that he can drag a team over the line and play games. And the one thing I will say for Freddie, and why I'm a big proponent of Freddie as an interim, and I can't stress that enough, as an interim basis, is because he gets a reaction out of the team. Now, for Freddie to only be in charge for a short space of time tells you what? He doesn't have all the Premier League badges yet. And I think that's the only reason that Arsenal haven't turned around to him and say, right, you can have the job to the end of the season. So that tells you that perhaps he's not had all the badges yet, and we still do need to actually find a choice of manager. But for me, I'm happy. Sorry, you in here? Yep, bear with me, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.